Welcome to module number 3 in our 6 essential lessons of managing an e-commerce business. This is the part that has to do with marketing your business. There is something we have to say right off the bat before we get into what these slides are telling us about different types of advertising opportunities. When you advertise an e-commerce business, remember, the focus is not on your company or you and what you and your wonderful employees can do. God bless their little hearts. People are not interested in that in the e-commerce space. They want to know that your company can provide something that they want. That's all they want to know. So in the advertising and marketing space for e-commerce, that's going to be your focus. What does this customer or this consumer or this potential buyer, if it's a business, what are they looking for? Now, there are some things that you're going to get familiar with, and I've got to admit, a lot of these things are probably going to be sounding new to you. Something called banner advertisements, another thing called pay-per-click advertising, cross-marketing agreements, email marketing campaigns, search engine optimization or SEO, social media marketing, and subject area expert. These are some of the areas that I've identified where e-commerce marketing works best. We're going to run down these. In the banner advertisement space, that is where you're looking at something that's rather expensive. What they say in the banner advertising business is the real estate is very limited and it's very costly. If you look at a heavily advertised page, I'll give you a great example. Yahoo. Sometimes you go to Yahoo's front page or MSN's front page, and there are so many banner ads flashing at you that you almost get to a point that you are overwhelmed. That's what happens to me anyway. I may be somewhat different. I may be a different animal than many others out there or many of you, but remember this one thing. Banner advertisements, they are limited space, limited real estate, we call it, and they are among the most expensive of your marketing endeavors. So if you have a budget for very good banner advertisement, such as on the New York Times website, Yahoo, MSN, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, if you have that kind of marketing budget, that's where you're going to spend that money because it gets the most amount of eyeballs. Now, bear in mind that banner advertisements may also have to be very specific depending on your product. If you're selling a specific product to a specific group of people, you may instead choose to advertise on the website of some organization that's more precisely close to what your business is. Here's a great example. If I am a mortgage broker and I want to advertise to banks and other people in the mortgage lending business, I probably will not put my banner ad on the New York Times front page. I may put it on the finance front page of the New York Times, but again, that's very expensive real estate. I may instead choose to go to an organization where all of these bankers regularly go, a place such as the Mortgage Bankers Association of America, the MBA. That's an example of very precise banner ads. They are quite expensive. Email marketing campaigns is the next step up in terms of getting more bang for your buck. Email marketing is quite cheap, and there are many companies out there that are doing them. There are things that you have to be aware of, and that is you're using software and services that are on what they call in the commerce space whitelisted. Whitelisted are places like, or organizations or services like Constant Contact, MailChimp. These are all well known as legitimate email marketing campaign businesses. Therefore, most browsers and most email clients will not kick back emails that come out from MailChimp or from Constant Contact as being spam. They generally will not kick them back out because that's what they do. There are some other things in there you would see from our slides where sometimes the email marketing can go awry. But nevertheless, email marketing continues to be the best bet when you're talking about growing your business organically, one by one email at a time. You start putting them into your database, and there you are on your way to an email marketing campaign for your e-commerce business. SEO, or search engine optimization, it's a bidding process. This is something that came into being from Google. Google has this search engine where most people are too lazy to even type in the URL of a website that they're looking for. So instead, they'll just go to Google or into Chrome and just type the name of the company and just expect Google to bring up that company's name, and they just have to click on it and go to that website. This is called search engine optimization. That means you pay to bring your name at the top of the list. If somebody types in, for example, mattresses, you would pay Google to bring your name up to the top of the list for mattresses. And whoever pays the highest price, they get their name up there at the top of the list. That's how Google works, and that's how all search engines work, including Bing and any others that are still out there floating around outside of Google and Bing. That is something to keep in mind in the e-commerce business. Search engine optimization, is that where you want to spend your advertising money? So where do you get the most bang for your buck? It is in the social media marketing space. It is still the cheapest, but it's messy and it's time intensive. If you're going to go the route of building your business through the marketing on these social media platforms such as Facebook, remember, someone has to be physically there doing this. This is not one of those things that you just set it and forget it. In the email marketing space, you can sort of do that. You can set it and forget it. In the banner ad space, you could sort of do that, set it and forget it. But in the area of these different platforms, these social media platforms, you have to be physically there working on it, and possibly even hire an employee or hire a service that's going to specifically be doing that. That's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. These are more or less the best areas that still exist out there for marketing and e-commerce business. You now have to look at what is your business model, who are the people you're trying to reach, and which of these different advertising areas will be best for your e-commerce business. So we're getting back to the second part of marketing of an e-commerce business. Again, the marketing of an e-commerce business is really no different than marketing a brick and mortar business. The difference is everything here is being done online, and as a result, there are some specific marketing deals that come along. We have spoken about the first part of online marketing, and that had to do with banner ads as an expensive place. The two things that are going to be discussed in this short second part is pay-per-click advertising and what exactly that means. And the other is the subject area expert, subject area or subject matter expert piece. So first, the pay-per-click. Pay-per-click is a way of having your ad brought up whenever somebody does a search in a Google or Yahoo or Bing. Once that search comes up, people pay to get their names placed at the top of that pay-per-click. Now, you would end up paying Google or Microsoft maybe $2.50 for somebody to click through your ad. Somebody clicks through your ad and goes to your website or to your link, and that's what you pay. Many times you will get people clicking through, but the payoff is when somebody actually buys something on your website and spends money. So if you pay $2.75 to Google for a pay-per-click ad, somebody comes through to your website and they buy an item for $99.99, you are absolutely on the net positive return side for your advertising dollars in your e-marketing. In the pay-per-click space of e-marketing, there is this thing we call keywords. Using keywords is how you get your name or your company's name brought up on the list. Somebody goes in and they type one of these words. There are certain words that are considered hot words. Hot words would be, for example, mortgage, auto parts, antivirus, credit, doors, mattresses. These are hot keywords that are very well used. So take as an example up on our slide here, we have the keyword antivirus. When the word antivirus is typed in, that person is looking for most likely an antivirus program. The first things that pop up are the ads. Google have now moved to a place where they've started putting AD, ad, next to all advertisements that come up. And then the search engine kicks in and starts to give results. On our slide, you will see that those first three items that popped up when somebody typed in the word antivirus are ads. People pay to be up there. Remember I mentioned that it's a bidding process? So the first person on that list is the person who paid the most to be on that list. If that's where you prefer to spend your money, great. Here is the thing about these keywords and pay-per-click. The payment comes through as someone clicks on that ad. So the search comes up, the user or the person putting in the word is looking for something, but Google is giving them the option over on the side panel as well as the top panel for advertising. So you can see Google is looking out first for Google and then for you. So Google gets its $2.50 or $3.25, as the case may be, for a person who clicks on an ad versus a person who clicks on a search result. A search result, Google uses that for its marketing. If somebody is clicking on a search result, Google may want to go after that company and ask them if they want to be placed higher up in Google's search engine. The other thing we want to talk about is subject area expert. The subject area expert is that person who somehow becomes known for what she or he does. I'm giving you an example here of a subject area expert, one who has placed himself out there as an expert, and this is what you do yourself. If you are in whatever business, be it the business of building buildings, if you're in the business of cleaning buildings. A new subject area expert that is out there in these days are people in the building sanitizing business. If your business is cleaning doorknobs and getting rid of any kind of bacteria in a building, you are now considered a subject area expert. Once you present yourself as that subject area expert, you can now be the source of information for how things are done in your industry. And that brings people right back to you and your business. If you're in the business of providing sanitizing expertise or sanitizing of businesses, you can now identify how your business is going to thrive based on your area of expertise. So those are the two pieces we needed to add on to the marketing side. And that brings us to the end of module number 3. We'll see you on the other side for module 4 as we talk about security and fraud.